everyone, welcome back to Beyond Studio Pilates. My name's Hannah and today I want to take you through a perfect working from home lunchtime Pilates routine that you can do from just about any home office. I hope you really enjoy this workout. From here you're going to bring both legs back into the middle. You're going to bring your arms up, reaching your fingertips towards the ceiling, core engaged. From here you're going to imagine there's an elastic band from your right hand to your left knee and your left hand to your right knee. Bring belly button to spine, keeping everything else still. Just going to take that opposite arm and leg out to the side. Hold it here and then exhale. Slowly bring it back to the middle. So everything else stays nice and still. You're just working through that arm and leg, holding at the side for an inhale and then exhale. Back to the middle. Hold in the middle for an inhale. Exhale, move to the other side. Hold it here for an inhale. And exhale. Slowly back to the middle. Keep looking belly button to spine. Core engaged, pelvic floor on, rib to hip connection. Moving on the exhale, holding for the inhale. If you want to make it slightly more challenging, you're bringing both legs into tabletop, knees over your hips, shins parallel with the ceiling, and then again you're just taking that opposite arm and leg away from the center, holding it for an inhale. Make sure that that opposite knee hasn't moved. Exhale back to the center. On your next exhale, moving the other pair away. Keep your hips glued to the floor, back to the center, holding in the middle for an inhale. Exhale, move away. So if you do have your legs in tabletop, that knee should be tracking the same path in and out every time. Belly button to spine, core engaged, pelvic floor on. Stretching the arm and leg out to the side and then come back to the middle. We're going to do one more to each side like this. So final one to each side, holding at the side and then back to the middle. Final one. And then one leg down and two legs down and giving yourself a full body stretch. Then from here, bringing yourself back up to sitting. I'm going to do a 90-90 stretch. So you're bringing your feet together, left hand to the floor, and then you're going to take your knees over to the left. So you're kind of sitting on your side. Left hand's roughly in line with your hip at the moment. You're going to pick up that right leg, take it behind you. So your right knee and hip are in a line. You can then bring your right hand to wherever it's comfortable, and if you need to, move your left hand as well. So your arms are comfy and are supporting your body. From here, you're going to push your right hip back to the floor so you can feel that stretch through the top of your leg. Holding it there, he's trying to switch off that glute. So think about that muscle relaxing as you push your hip back to the floor. And we're going to hold it here for a minute. And we're going to start our minute now. Holding it there. So you're just pushing that hip back to the floor, feeling that stretch through the top of your leg. Think belly button to spine, keep that core engaged. And your hands are just helping you with the kind of holding the position. We're nearly halfway there. Keep going. You're just pushing that hip back to the floor, trying to relax through that glute as you go. We're halfway there. Belly button to spine. 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. And then bringing that leg back to the middle. Swapping your legs over, so right leg is now on the bottom. Right hand is in line with your right hip. Lifting your left leg, bring it round so it's in line with your left knee is in line with your left hip, finding that place where you can kind of balance, pushing that hip back to the floor. Remember, let that glute release, and we're going to hold it there for a minute starting now. Belly button to spine, core engaged, pelvic floor on, even though you're working through that sartorius, stretching out through the top of that leg. Get that glute to disengage. Nearly halfway there. Goes quickly a minute actually, doesn't it? Once you like get into position and you're comfortable-ish, and it goes quite quick. Seconds to go. Pushing that hip back to the floor. Should feel the stretch through the top of your leg. Final 5 seconds. And bringing that leg back to the middle. I'm going to come back onto our backs. So coming down onto your back again, thinking about your setup, making sure your feet are hip distance apart, core engaged, toes are facing forward, feet, hips and knees are in a line, core up, little gap stays under that low back, arms are just gently resting on the floor. From here you're going to take an inhale, then you're going to exhale, tilt your pelvis and slowly with control roll yourself up into your shoulder bridge. When you get to the top, remember the weight should be in your shoulders, not in your neck, and you're making yourself into a ski slope, holding at the top for an inhale, and then exhale with control, slowly bringing each vertebrae back to the floor one at a time. So it's a slow, controlled roll back to the mat. Pelvis stays up for as long as possible. And then rolling yourself into neutral, holding it here for an inhale, and then exhale, belly button to spine, rolling yourself back up into your bridge, holding at the top for an inhale, and exhale, slowly, with control, bringing yourself back down to the mat. Make sure your knees are still in line with your toes and you're not collapsing in. If you are, place a cushion between your legs so that you've got something to squeeze onto. Rolling into your neutral, taking an inhale. Exhale, back up into your bridge. Holding at the top. This time, going to take your knees out to the side for 5. So we're pushing out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and final 1. Coming back to the middle, check in with that rib to hip connection. Take an inhale, exhale, slowly, with control, bringing yourself back down to the mat. Rolling into your neutral, take an inhale here, exhale, slowly, with control, back up into your bridge. We're going to do that again, so making sure your hips are lifted so you're in your ski slope position, and then pushing your knees out to the side. As you do that, careful you don't drop through your pelvis, so think about keeping your pelvis lifted as you take your knees out. Also focus on that rib to hip connection, make sure you're not arching through your back. Keep thinking belly button to spine. This is really good for working into the side of your glutes. I'm going to do 3 more here. Holding at the side just for a second. And final 1. Holding here for an inhale, and then exhale, back to the mat. Rolling back into your neutral position, holding it here for an inhale. Exhale, back up into your bridge, rib to hip connection, holding it here. We're going to do 5 pulses higher. So from bridge, we're going to push higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here for an inhale. Exhale, slowly with control, rolling yourself back down to the mat. We're going to do that one more time. Holding at the bottom for an inhale. Exhale, tucking that pelvis back up into your bridge. Remember, you're pulsing higher than bridge, so get into your position and then push higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding it here for an inhale. Exhale, slowly, with control, rolling back down to the mat, back into your neutral, taking your right leg out long, bring your left leg up so it's sitting on top of your right leg, and then guide your left leg over to the right hand side of your body, holding it there, just breathing into your stretch. Then bringing that leg back to the middle, taking your left leg out long, bringing your right leg up on top of your left leg, and then guiding that right leg over to the left hand side of your body, holding it there. About breathing into that stretch. And then coming back to the middle, taking that leg out long, bringing your arms into the air, take an inhale, and exhale, tuck your chin and bring yourself back up to sitting. Thanks for joining my home workout today. I hope you found it beneficial. Take a look around my playlist for other videos you can do from wherever you are, whenever you like. Bye for now.